Hi guys,
Hello people.
I'm Milena,
I'm Lola.
and we're watching Attack on Titan.
Episode what?
26. Only 3 more.
Only how many?
2 more.
As far as I know, there's a break after the next one.
Don't know why.
A
Don't
week
like
break
that.
till the finale. I don't know. Maybe they needed more time to get it done or something.
I mean,
Maybe it's
I just said I don't like it.
I
Maybe there is a reason for
first,
that,
This is gonna now be awful because this is gonna be the first cliffhanger that we're gonna have to wait I guess. Look, honestly, who knows?
Honestly,
I
love
feel
it.
like at least a year.
Honestly, love it. What? Honestly, I love that we don't have, let's say, 7 more episodes and then we're done with the show.
Okay, that's true,
honestly,
that's true.
because I have a feeling, yes, we've been watching this show for let's say 6 months now at this point. I have no idea how
I think
long.
more.
Maybe more, maybe 8 months. I have no idea. I don't want it to end in my mind. So I would rather wait 6 more months or a year and then have, let's say, 10 more episodes.
What if we wait 2 years?
I don't think so, because I think there is a small amount of episodes, so that's why people said that they think it's gonna be a movie, because let's say they have a story for 6 to 8 episodes. So it doesn't make sense that, and they said some other show, I'm not sure which one, anime, also had a movie and it was in theaters.
It wasn't in our theaters.
Not our theaters. We're gonna have to wait even more to get that movie, to be able to watch it, because it's not gonna be definitely not our theaters.
I mean, even if it was, it's not like we can film the reaction at the theaters.
I mean, we can buy all the movie tickets,
Oh, imagine that.
I mean, that's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I don't know why we were talking about that. We want to prolong this reaction even longer.
Yeah, because we need it to be longer. I think we just need to stop making an hour-long react. This is the longest fucking reaction that we have on our channel, and the episode is 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Why?
And I think what we do wrong is make these intros long, because who the fuck care? They listen to us half an hour after the previous episode. Why would we repeat everything we said in the previous episode? That doesn't make sense.
Honestly, I do it for myself.
Honestly, I agree. We
I do it for myself
what happened,
because
but we say the
like
same
to...
thing that we said in the previous episode.
No, but I like to recap it for myself, and sometimes I have thoughts, additional thoughts. Yeah. I mean, I think all my thoughts we said still in the previous episode. I didn't come up with any new information.
There is something I think we should maybe mention.
What?
We had different opinions in our
Two of us
from other people, because we said that we would like if Mikasa ended up with John.
Oh, okay.
And many people disagreed.
Okay.
So we have something more to say about that.
Oh, well, no, I just saw comments being Mikasa doesn't need no man. And I was like, I didn't say she needs a man.
Just because of the country, those are the comments that I fucking hate.
I'm I didn't fucking say she needs a man. I'm just saying
I said
if she
I would if she would want to have a family.
If she wants a
and
family and
she would be happy like that, I would love that for her. And I find nothing wrong with that,
Yeah.
I find nothing wrong with girls ending up with someone they love.
I feel people take it to an extreme when it's it's a female character, right? And so
because I've never heard that for a male character, honestly.
Yeah, no, because there's something some stigma with female characters where it's when she is strong and everything, it's she doesn't need any love interest or anything, which
she doesn't.
No one needs it. No one
doesn't.
fucking needs it. We never said anyone needs a love interest or whatever. I'm just saying in the general scheme of things, if she would ever want a family or something, I was John is great. Never said that she needs anyone.
No, what I said is that in that moment is that was the first time that maybe I could find a way for Mikasa to see her happy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that, but I've been saying that through the entire season 4, when we thought that she's gonna have to kill Eren.
Yeah.
And I was she's never gonna recover from that. I could never see Eren is doing all of this for her, and I think that's the worst thing that he could possibly do for her.
Yeah.
I think that would be her punishment for the rest of her life. And I was I can't see her ever be happy. And then I thought, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end we would be able to see. It doesn't have to be with John. It doesn't have to be a love interest. We can just see her and Armin cooking a dinner together.
Yeah.
I don't. That was just my first time in my life that I thought, maybe we're gonna get her last scene being
like
happy.
Future, yeah.
In the future, somehow being happy.
Any fucking way that she's happy,
Exactly.
I'll take it. Like, I'm not...
Exactly.
Again,
I
just
wasn't
fucking
like,
reiterate.
oh,
I'm like,
judge.
oh, she needs a man to be happy.
No, she needed to be John, you know?
Yeah, no.
Because also I saw comments of people saying like that John deserves something better because like he would always be like a second guy.
Yeah, there's nothing I can say to that. Because
I think
love
Eren,
between Eren and Mikasa is always going to be very just like its own separate thing. And I don't want to say for Mikasa, oh, everyone's never... I mean, it's always going to be different. It's never going to be the same.
It's
like,
going to be different
with Eren and like,
in my mind as well. I think it's going to be different, but I think Mikasa deserves somebody that he's going to love after that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. If she wants it.
Yeah.
Apparently I need to reiterate that. I'm not saying Mikasa needs to end up with someone. I'm just saying I want her to be happy in any way that she wants to be happy, okay? Yeah, last episode, I loved last episode.
Every single one. I think my favorite episodes of this part 2 might be last few episodes. I just enjoyed seeing our guys dealing with their emotions.
Yeah.
And the repercussions of what Eren has done.
Yeah.
And I think that has been amazing, honestly. Yeah. The last episode might be one of my favorite episodes of this whole show, honestly. We talked about that many times through many shows that are very fast-paced. How we would just love our guys to sit around and talk.
Yeah.
And that was exactly what happened in the last episode. They were in the woods talking about their feelings, about dealing with what they have done, because all of them done something that maybe they regret or maybe feel like guilt over, you know. It doesn't matter if somebody done something worse than the others, you know, but like they feel guilt over something. I love how some people said like that Falco didn't do anything wrong because like
you're right. Falco has never done anything wrong his entire life. Falco can stand there and judge all of them, and he would be absolutely right to do so. Falco has not done anything in his life,
but he's a child that we need to protect and keep out of the woods.
Yeah, I love that whole episode because I think it tied a lot of things together, because again, they're in the woods.
Yeah.
And again, those shots in the woods with the trees, but like still you can see the blue skies beyond the trees, you know, which would kind of represent the freedom. I just needed the birds there, I guess, to see more of the freedom flying away from us. It represented very well, you know, about the concept of exiting the forest. And I think a lot of things that needed to be said were said, and I love how they tied back the. I was thinking about this, that we didn't like talk about it enough, but like Marco's last words, like them being, you know, to Rainer. We saw that like in season 2, right? Like them being, we didn't talk it through. Like maybe if we just like talked, maybe none of this would have happened. And like to tie that back to where we are now with all the horrors that are happening, and then just like thinking if we could just fucking sit down and talk, like maybe so many people wouldn't need to die. I just love that is the message that the show wants to convey, because like we were talking about this a few weeks back or something. Like, could you imagine that like Eren does all this and like kills all these people, and then like you see at the end just like, oh, peace. Like, what fucking message does that send? Yeah, commit genocide and then like the rest of the world will be able to live in peace. I don't think so. That's why we always like talk a lot about how it's a constant battle. It's a constant battle to have to achieve peace and like do it over and over and over again. Like, you constantly need to fight these battles, and then you constantly need people like Carmen, like John, like everyone else who is gonna...
Like Sasha's father,
who is constantly gonna try to talk it out. Because it's never gonna... It's always gonna be needed, right?
I think the message of this show should be keep your kids away from the forest.
And I think it is. I think it completely is.
That's probably one of my favorite sentences in any show.
Yeah.
Like, after everything that we watched in this show, that's just something perfect, because like I don't think Eren's gonna do anything, no matter how horrible that sounds, because like tomorrow there's still gonna have other people are still gonna have wars. They're gonna still have wars.
Yeah.
Their kids are still gonna have wars. Nothing's gonna change. But like one person can't change anything. The most one person can do is like teach their children or
Better.
their loved ones, their friends, their family, whoever, better.
Yeah, you could see that with Gabby.
Yeah.
You could see with Gabby
Exactly.
when she got treated with that. I like what a fucking beautiful message.
She. How somebody doesn't like Gabby is beyond me, and it's forever gonna be, honestly. Like, she is one of the best storylines of this entire show. Her story is top 3 my favorite storylines of this entire show, honestly. So like, and where she is now, where she was, and she's just his child. So that's why I think it's just perfect.
I mean, honestly, like with Attack on Titan, because it is very popular and it has like a large viewer base, whatever, you get a lot of different opinions. I've read a comment, and again, like I only read like, let's say a couple, like some top comments that I see have a lot of likes. So I'm like, okay, it's not a spoiler, you know? It's not gonna be a spoiler. And it's a lot of, it's a lot of differing opinions, a lot of people agreeing with us, and it's a lot of people like disagreeing with us. I think I saw a comment that said something along the lines of like how his friends Eren's friends are like traitors because now they're like going against him, and like all he is doing is trying to protect you. I'm just like thinking,
I don't know even what
if I ever fucking go on a killing spree, I would hope that you would kill me. Like, those things are so confusing to me.
Yeah, that's
like, those things are so confusing to me. Like, I don't know how some people cannot see our kids deciding to stand up to their friend that they love, which is so fucking hard, for the, let's say, greater good. They're not fucking angels themselves. Like, it's not about the good guys defeating the bad guys. It's nothing like that. It's just a fucking tragedy that they need to stop from becoming an even bigger tragedy, no matter how much they understand Eren.
17 minutes.
17 minutes of the intro?
Of an intro, yeah. I think that's enough.
Give me just a second, because I just wanna say, for the last episode, the highlight of it was John. John is a character, John is a person, John is a storyline. Is one of my favorite things. Like, I have always loved him. I have always loved John. Like, maybe even unreasonably so. I don't know why. I got a vibe, and I was completely right. That he is just the sweetest thing. And, like, throughout the week, I just, like, it kept popping in my mind. Just, like, his answer to Gabby. When Gabby asked him, like, are you gonna help us? And, like, him just being, yeah, of course. Like, just so simply. That was the moment I fucking broke. There's no other thing for him to do. It was never fucking a question. What a fucking character. Now we can stop 18 minutes.
Now we can say 18 minutes.
Let's watch it. Oh yeah, Flock captured the one.
Yeah.
I'm just like, but their emotions. I forget what's happening with the plot. I look at them.
Many of them are my babies.
I love that they're working together. What did she see? Is it a storm coming? Oh, that can only be bad. I literally know was it clouds or was it?
Looked like clouds, yeah. And last episode we didn't even have the intro.
I love him so much.
I want to cry every time.
I love him so much.
This part.
This is one of my favorite shots of like any intro.
I love that part where the three of them are
Traitor.
I love that part where the three of them are in the tree then it's only him.
And screaming. Who's traitor? Who's a traitor? What an awful thing. They have to fight against their own. Like people that they have grown up with. Look at them.
じゃあどうするの？教えてくれる？どうやって襲いかかる敵から死者を出さずに教えてよ、アルミ。私を追い詰めた時みたいに作戦を教えて。一瞬で肩がつなぐ。しくじって飛行艇を失うか。
This is awful.
待てよ、俺たちは人を助けるためにここにいるんだぞ。なのにまずやることが島の連中の皆殺しかよ。どうしてこうなんだよ。
そもそもあんたたちにはこんなこと付き合う義理なんかない。こんな選択を突きつけられることも。あんたたちならあの日壁を壊すことを選ばなかっただろうね。私たちと違って。
やっぱり俺はお前と同じだ。あれはそういうことか。何も話するな。ただ殺し合いを見てろってことかよ。かといって巨人が暴れてどうにかなる問題か。沖で大量の蒸気を上げながら進む巨人が見えた。その速度から推測するにすでにマーレ大陸には上陸している。
What?
ここから近いマーレ北東の都市は壊滅しているだろう。こんなに早く海を渡れるとは思わなかった。すでにどれだけの人々が殺されたことか。レイエラの行き先を言え。
Baby girl, what are you doing, baby girl? Oh. Oof.
コニー、アルミ、ミカサ、ジャン。昨夜の私の態度を詫びたい。我々は間違っていた。軽々しくも正義を語ったことだ。この後に及んでまだ自らを正当化しようとは醜くもあがいた。卑劣なマーレそのものである自分自身を直視することを恐れたからだ。君たちに責任はない。同じ民族という理由で過去の罪を着せられることは間違っている。ピリク、アニ、ライナー、お前たちも世界の憎しみを一身に背負う言われはない。ただこの血に濡れた愚かな歴史を忘れることなく後世に伝える責任はある。エレン・イェーガーは全てを消し去るつもりだ。それは許せない。愚かな行いから目をそらし続ける限り地獄は終わらない。だから頼む、我々の愚かな行いに今だけ目をつぶってくれ。
断ります。手も汚さず正しくあろうとするなんて。
How that he said that after he saw Gabby.
例外じゃありません。これ以上部下を減らしたくなかったらちゃんと言うことを聞かせてください。
God.
大変ご機嫌のところ申し上げにくいのですが、一体何が変わったとお喜びなのでしょうか。これでパラディ島は安泰だとお考えのようでしたらお気の毒に。ただ世間が狭くなるだけのことです。何も変わらず同様の殺し合いを繰り返すことでしょう。
身の程をわきまえることです。わかりましたか。
Is he dying now?
車力の巨人を追ってたんだよ。奴ら鎧と一緒だ。海を泳いで逃げた。早くしないと逃げられる。今すぐ飛行艇が必要だ。急いでアズマミトに止めるようにさせろ。
お前たちがマーレとグルになってこの飛行艇を使って地ならしを止めようとしてるんじゃないか。
Oh, they're gonna have to kill them.
疑いが。
そんなことやるわけねえだろ。そうだよ。エレンを止めたらこの島はどうなるんだよ。
だよな。俺たちせっかく助かるのにお前らがこの島をまた危険
Oh,
にするわけないよ
traitor. Traitor.
当たり前だろ。
よかったお前らが裏切ってたらどうしていいかわかんねえし。
いいから早く爆弾を取ってくれよ。
お前らなら敵国だろうとエレンの虐殺を止めるんじゃねえかってそんな気もしたんだ。
フロックが集まると整備士を素直に渡してくれれば完成した飛行艇どうにかしてみんなを乗せてここを去る。全て成功すれば無用な血は流れない。
Just a matter of time.
It's gonna have to be the two
Of
of them.
course.
確証は持てない。でもやっぱり不安の種は積んでおくべきか。
ただで死んでなるものか。ひろみさん。
ミカサ、アルミン、コリー、エルディアを裏切った殺せ
こうなったらもうメーガー派を殲滅するまでやるしか。ミカサ様。
地下で攻撃をしのぐ行きたければついてこい。
おいどうだ聞かないんだ。
I stopped for a second forgetting that he's a titan.
サムエルなあ裏切ったんだろコニー。一緒に土地を増やして肉を食おうって
Eat meat.
言ったのによ。畜生なんでこんなあまり地下にこもるつもりか。
Which means
Oh, I haven't seen this for so long. Oh, oh babies.
Naぜこうなるんだ。
人から暴力を奪うことができない。ねえ、兵長。
会場を消しろ。
誰かがやらなくちゃいけないんだよ。誰かが自分の手を血で染めないと。
Oh, what the fuck? What a horrible ending, honestly.
Oh, what the fuck was this episode? Oh no.
I'm so fucking sorry, but like, what the fuck was this ending, honestly? What the fuck was this ending, honestly?
Oh, this was one of the worst things.
What an episode. I think I started
Every
yes,
but like, look, I brought out the tea. I think when I need tea, I think those episodes were rough then, because I'm like, I need some comfort. This show does everything right for me. They do everything I want them to do, and I think I keep getting surprised every episode. They do everything I want them to do.
I just love the message that this show is
and they do it in such a
they,
beautiful way.
Yeah, and they confirm that message in every single episode for me. Like, they say stuff that I want to be said.
It's very easy to deduct where this show is like going because of the message that it wants to send. And I think they have been very clear about it. I mean, from the get-go, really.
I mean, we'll see.
There's this switch it up on us.
That's what I want to say. We'll see. Like, I'm just hoping that it's gonna stick with what they started and they've been saying this entire time.
I mean, it does give me confidence that it will, because I just think, again, a lot of these things connect, like from season 1 to here, it all connects.
And every single thing that has been said or done in every episode made sense in my opinion. So like,
it seems to me that like Isayama never faltered in the direction. Like it doesn't seem like he was ever unsure of like where to go or something. It never seemed like he switched something up. Like I just feel like he knew what he was telling, and he just like it was like tunnel vision to the end of his story. You know, he knew exactly what he wanted to tell, and he's telling it that way, which is why I truly never expected starting this show. Again, I knew the plot.
Honestly, I didn't know anything, but I had high expectations for this show.
I think I heard about it maybe after it came out. Like not, it was early. I feel like I was in high school. Like I heard of its existence. It was like very like you would hear about Naruto or something. Like it was popular. And like I just remember there's these things as titans. That's it. Like the titans are attacking people, you know, something like that. And I thought like, oh, interesting, because it's like humans trying to survive, and I always like those stories. So I thought it was definitely gonna be very interesting, very entertaining for me. I did not expect to like just for this to be one of my favorite things that I have ever watched, like top 5.
Yeah, definitely.
I like top 5 favorite shows I've ever watched.
This story is very, in my opinion, deep.
Yeah, much deeper than I thought we were ever gonna get.
That's the thing. But it got deeper in season 4, in my opinion, honestly, because first 3 seasons have been amazing. But like it was nothing, in my opinion, compared to this, because we didn't know anything at that point yet.
How actually incredible to build up something for like 3 seasons.
3 seasons.
Truly, like season 4 and the first 3 seasons seem like miles away. Like my friends was like recently started watching, and then she was sending me messages about season 2 or season 3, and I'm like, God, that just seems like so long ago.
Honestly, can't wait to rewatch this show. Yeah. I mean, we've said that for a million times. We still haven't.
I fucking told you. I started. I underestimated how hard it was gonna be.
But like, I just can't wait with the knowledge that I have right now to rewatch it from the beginning to see how much I'm gonna love it. Then, you know?
Yeah. No, because like even now we flash back kind of. Or like it makes you think about Bert's words in season 2. That was what, in real time 5 years ago? I don't know how long ago, but like it all connects still.
Love
and
that.
And I cannot explain to you how much how much I love that, and how much I love those types of storytellings.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I think they just do it perfectly. And I feel like when we need to say this, I have an urge to like say that before every review.
That's why one of my favorite shows are always gonna end up being like the shows that writers had clear image how he's gonna want to end it and what is the message behind it. Like the story in the between doesn't matter, like plot, it can be changed, he can write whatever he wants, but like he knows where he wants to get there, those characters, and that's why nothing that happens is ever gonna be out of character, because he has clear picture for every single one of them. And so many characters have been written perfectly.
All the characters were like, let's say, side characters, like Magat. One of my fucking favorite things of season 4. He just came. Like, he just fucking came. And what an incredible character.
In my honest opinion, the characters in season 4 have...
advantage?
Yeah, because the story is deeper. Because, like, yes, characters we knew from the beginning have been also amazing back then. Now, for Magat, let's say, because...
Of course, with the information you have now and how complicated it is.
Exactly. It wasn't that complicated back then, you know, in season 2, in season 1, you know?
I mean, again, we didn't know anything. When it all came to be revealed about Rainer and Bert and Nanny and whatever, a lot of the things that we had to do was kind of guess. Like, we can guess that, you know, they have no pleasure in doing this. Why they're doing this, we don't know. We can only say that it's wrong.
Honestly, I would be afraid to listen to our theories in season 1 and 2.
I don't want to go there.
Honestly, I would be like, I would be afraid to listen to that.
I wish I knew like what reaction or whatever video we made, some like predictions that were so dumb. Again, our Ackerman theory.
Still
the Warriors.
Such a good theory. Honestly, fucking, I don't fucking care what you think about it.
It was like fucking ages ago that we had that theory.
It was, but still, I still think it was so fucking good in my opinion.
I agree, it was fucking great. We never could quite figure out why they would need to go and kill everyone, because like Rainer and me and Bert said like we need to kill everyone, and like we just couldn't. Yeah. We couldn't come to a conclusion like why they would need to kill everyone. I mean, then afterwards we were like, unless we are the ones that could become Titus, because they did call you this race, you know. So I thought that at that point the show made it obvious, but like before that it was still very, I don't know what's happening here. But like now we know, and so the stakes are much. They hit closer to home. Like I think the storyline is just very realistic. To start the review.
Let's start the review on our 10 minutes.
I don't know.
We are coming close to. We have only 2 more episodes in this part, so like might as well make them long, you know.
Oh, that whole first scene. I was just thinking it's the first 5 minutes. Like you can't be doing this right now to us. The second that you see our children in their eyes, like you can see how like. Coming to the realization that you're gonna have to fight against the Jaegerists and like kill them, and like,
and once
even
again,
though they
are your have been your friends until yesterday. You've been fighting side by side with them against Titans.
Even like the thing with Jaegerists right now is that it's not like they all have the extreme views that like Flock has. A lot of them just like had to join because like first. Yeah. That's the only thing that's there to join, let's say. But like also you want to be free, you know, you deserve to be free, and you deserve to like stop being persecuted every time.
That's what we talked about many times before. Like I really believe it's easier for people who first they are not doing this to the whole world. Eren is. So like they're not the ones who are killing the whole planet. And yet those people came here and killed them and have been killing them for decades. Yeah.
And like we're not gonna stop technically.
Exactly. Like, it's not like they're gonna stop.
They wanted to come and like destroy paradise. Like that was
the plan.
Still, you know?
Exactly. That happened in the beginning of this season, right?
Yeah, of course.
So like that still stands in my mind, you know, in their mind. Now finally they have someone who is gonna stop that. It's not that hard to just not want to fight against that, you know?
It's not that hard at all. And I think what the show...
After everything you survived,
yeah,
how can it be hard, honestly?
Yeah.
After the horror you have been through.
Yeah, and I think that's what the show does well, is that it shows like the gray side, because like we have Flock, which in my mind is a very big extreme. You know, he has been pushed to the absolute extreme, but I think most of the people there are just that medium gray, where it's like they're not bad people, but like they just want to be able to live freely, and like how could you ever argue that, you know? And so for our guys then to just know that they have to fight against
and kill, probably
kill their people who just like mostly only want to be able to live freely.
Horrible, honestly, like, horrible.
I don't like, you can see in their eyes, like just watching their faces, looking at the ground, like knowing that they're traitors, you know, knowing that they're betraying, let's say, their people for what they think is right, was just awful. Because again, there's really nothing in this whole show. You can't be like, oh, bad guys, good guys. It doesn't exist. Like every single one of them has done things. It's not like our guys are now these good guys, or like Maggot and everyone else. They're not like good guys, but they are trying to make things better, which is at the end of the day all you can do. For them to like try to, and like Connie then went and said like, but you know, we're here to save people. Like, we don't want to kill them. Like, we're here to save them. I love him for it. Like, it's very unrealistic. It cannot happen. Like, you cannot keep your hands clean in this, because it's war, unfortunately, at the end of the day. And like, there is no one comes out of that as a winner.
You're now on the different sides of the
fight.
Yeah.
It is just the horror of war that has been, that the show constantly reiterates, is that what our guys like might win now, and they are gonna have to kill so many of their friends. What kind of winning is that? No one fucking wins. And I think that the at this episode especially mentioned it multiple times, like, did they really have to did we really have to do all of this, like, for each side? Like, why did it have to come to this? Again, unfortunately, it's always gonna some point in time come to this. I liked that Annie and Rainer at that point, you know, told them, it's not fair for us, let's say, to, I can again, reiterating, because again, I can't remember what they said exactly, but something along the lines of like, it's not fair maybe from us to expect that for you to fight your own people. Like, we're gonna do this because we have already done this. You guys probably wouldn't have even broke the walls. You can't say that. Like, you don't know. Like, you absolutely don't know the way you grew up. Probably you would. Because like
100%.
What
like,
I mean,
not every single person,
no,
let's say, but like depends of the way you grew up. Depends. Every single person,
the environment,
exactly, had the reason why they wanted to be, why they became warriors, and why they want to fight that war. You know, because many of our guys did stuff for their reasons,
of course.
But again, still horrible stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
for their reasons. I mean, Armin killed a whole port of
people. Exactly.
For his people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? We always say like he didn't have a choice. Like, he didn't have a choice, but like you know, you still did it. What difference is it, you know, between Rainer and him? Like, of course they were attacked first, but like Rainer and Annie were children who were taught very different things. You know.
I mean, they were attacked by the Morales there.
Yeah.
And as well, on just in different ways, you know, but like, in my mind, they also kind of didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, Gabby as well.
I mean,
it's ridiculous to say that she would,
it was a choice.
Exactly, that it was a choice for her to have the opinion she had this entire time. I mean, Falco didn't have it great for Falco.
Sometimes when people bring that up, like, for any character, I'm gonna take Gabby now just because. When people say like, well, Falco grew up in the exact same environment as her, so why didn't he, you know, turn out that way? What fucking argument is that? Are we all built the same? Do we all function the same? Do we all have the same mentalities, moralities?
They all came from different families as well, in my mind. What you become in life, your family can affect that.
Very much so.
Very much so.
Yeah. It's a lot of fucking factors to take in.
Exactly.
And so just to be like, oh, well, this person didn't become this, and even though they grew up in the same environment, useless. That's fucking completely useless. Yeah, anyway. And so like Annie and Rainer kind of wanted to take the blunt of the thing that they were supposed to do, which I thought was... Oh, also, I'm sorry, but like seeing them all like dressed in the same...
I agree.
I don't know, that
also
that hit
later
me.
seeing, but like we're gonna talk a bit later, but seeing Rainer and Annie become Titans after so long.
I mean, so long for Annie. But like them together.
Them together in my mind.
We have never seen them together.
Shocking, honestly.
We have never seen them together, and even though they came here together, incredible. Like one of my favorite scenes of this episode, Maggot. God, what a fucking great character and what a great story.
I just love how much influence these children have on him.
Yeah.
Because I think they changed him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they changed him. He was always...
Oh, I know what you want to say. I don't
think he was a horrible person.
He has done awful, evil things, but
exactly.
like I never thought he was. I mean, you can say that he's an evil person because of the evil things that he has done, but like, it's a lot. It's very complicated. Like
But I love how much influence they had on him.
Yeah.
Because I think they're the reason why he started from the beginning to reflect. On what he has done and what type of people Marleys have become. Because we've seen that even in the beginning of this season, like in the first part of season 4, that he was always the character who reflected on the things that Marleys have done
wrong. I mean, he still did those wrong things, but like. At least he knew, which was more than you can say for most.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that because like I feel like his story is really good because it's very believable that like he would still harbor resentment towards Eldians because again that happened not that long ago. Like World War II happened not that long ago for us. It's
more
very
like World War I. But again,
it has been 100 years. Then I guess World War One, let's say. But like still, my grandma was a small child in World War II. You know, it's like it's all of that is very fresh because it gets passed down for Maggot and like for a lot of people in Marley, of course. That's the reason why they harbor resentment towards Eldians. Does that make it okay? Of course not, because these are innocent people who have had nothing to do with this, and you are concentrating your hate on them.
It's not about hate. You are being horrible to them.
Yeah.
Like
it's not just like
it's not like you hate them. It's fine if you hate them.
Well, I'm just like talking about the general population who is like mostly doing. It's like people in charge are doing things like the general population is doing nothing unless you're like in the army. It's very understandable how Maggot came to the place that he is in, and like because he had to train the warriors, he was like part of their group, and so like he was with them all day every day, and he started caring about them, and like we have seen that from the very beginning. Like he never saw them as expendable, and he really cared about them, and so I just love that it is that love and care that he has for them that like made him realize these things. Because in the past episode, when Gabby was talking to John and like she was saying, we wanted to kill you all because we had to blame you because of all the horrible things that our people have done and everything, and then you can see Maggot like trying to like he had like Gabby and trying to like console her.
But especially because just before in that same scene, he was putting a blame on them. He was saying his point of view. He was saying why they are actually in fact devils. Like that everything they feared now happened. So like he was the part of the reason why their children got to think the same way and why they were taught the same way, and now he sees Gabby like who
thinks that same way,
exactly, who realizing that she's been taught that she's been thinking that way, and like so he of course can reflect on that on
and
himself.
I love that like happened in the last episode,
exactly,
because like he cares about Gabby, like and to see her talk that, of course you're gonna be like, but you didn't do anything, like you are not that. So I loved in this episode that he was beating up Yelena, and it was awful, and it was like very violent, and then he looks up and sees Gabby like a child witnessing you like beating someone up, witnessing that violence, and then he says, and that was so fucking good, he apologizes and he says, I have been just looking for excuses to justify my own evil actions. He looks at our kids and he apologizes to them because they don't deserve to suffer because of who they are, like who they were born to be,
and who their
ancestors were. Like they don't deserve to be punished for that. He apologizes also to Rainer and Annie,
because
because they were forced to do this.
Exactly,
they were forced to become this.
They become because of everything.
Yeah.
Such a good scene, honestly.
And it was so fucking powerful because like when have you ever seen a Marley like do this? Because he embodied a lot of the things that like you were understandable. Like were understandable that he felt anger and rage, and like they're very similar, Eldians and Marleys and everything. Like they're all the same. Every extremist is very similar to one another. He reflected and he's trying to do better now.
Yeah,
and he said if we shut our eyes out to the awful things that we do, and to the awful things that we just like, maybe we don't do them necessarily, but we let them happen, then this hell never ends. That's such a big point of the show as well.
And then Armin said that
he said I refuse.
I refuse.
Well, because like first he told them basically just like let us do this.
Not blame.
But like let us to do this. You know?
Yeah, let us do this, and you sit this one out.
Yeah.
We can take care of it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I refuse to keep my hands clean.
Yeah.
Because
it's not clean.
It's not
they're
clean.
Not clean. You're just like letting it happen.
Exactly. You're like basically pretending that they're clean when they're not. And that all connected to me with Magat's speech before that.
What I also loved about Magat's speech is that I think a lot of it, again, it all comes back to Sasha's father. It all comes back to keeping the children out of the forest, because like he's looking at Gabby and like he realizes what she has like become as a young fucking child because of everything that was done to her. He just wants to save the future generations. He wants to save Gabby. I think what a powerful message, and I love that the storyline of the whole show is centered around that. And it's so fucking simple.
That's to me that was the first kind of message of the show in this episode, and the second one happened later in the next scene that was between Flock and a woman. And we had a scene when she basically confronted Flock, who is here trying to
like shooting her.
Same. They're like pretending that they're doing actually something good and saving the world and from the evil and stuff like that. And what she basically told him is that like he's not doing anything. He is just making, let's say, their world smaller. But like the killings are gonna continue. The murders, the evil is gonna continue. The wars, everything. They're
because
just
it's
like
human nature.
Exactly, and they're just killing the rest of the world, but actually they're not doing anything in the like saving the world, saving their people, saving anybody. In my mind.
Well, it's the same thing. Remember in like I want to say it was season 3. The first part of season 3. I think it was Erwin and it was Pictures in the carriage maybe. I don't know exactly what they were talking about, but like basically Erwin said like the wars will only end if there's like one single person left alive, basically, because like again it never ends. I think the show constantly reiterates that, which is why I think absolutely the ending is gonna be another war.
Exactly, that's why I'm confident.
There is nothing even more confident about.
And that's, as much as that's so fucking tragic, that's the only thing that makes perfect sense.
I agree.
Like, it is so fucking tragic, but like, what else?
Yeah, that's why I think just every show absolutely like further confirms
exactly.
everything like that we think was gonna happen. I just think they constantly say it
in every single episode.
They mentioned like so early on, like it never ends. And so I love that she also said that you're just making your world smaller and the wars never stop. And I mean, Flock did said, yeah, you're probably right. And that was such a good scene as well.
And then we started.
Oh no, we forgot one part.
Which?
When our kids were talking, Annie told them like, you know, maybe you wouldn't have even broken the walls if you were us. And then it flashed back to 405. Still one of the best episodes of the show.
I agree.
Flashback to 405 when Eren told him, you and me are the same.
That's what I thought when you said like would they do, maybe they would, and we mentioned how all of them did things for their people and for their reasons, and Eren at that point as well, in my mind, you know. When he decided to kill, he did it in his mind for his reasons.
Is that what Rainer just now realized, that like, because during Eren's speech, like Rainer, I don't think he thought that Eren was about to kill all these people there, you know? Did he just like realize now that Eren was saying that I am like you killed all these people to save your people, and so I'm gonna kill all these people to save my people. Is that what he meant when? Yeah, I was like,
little slow, we're far before.
Did you just now get that point? And then they started. They had the plan to go and to try to free the, what is it called? The flying thing.
I love that they once again tried. As every single thing before that, it's trying to not kill, trying to not destroy, you know?
Because
and
it seems like so contradictory, because you're like going, we're gonna go save people, and you're saving people by killing people, you know? Like, it's just so awful. Like, you can't, and I love that the show paints it that way. Like, you know that our guys are like, let's say, fighting for the right cause. But it still paints it as such awful things. Like, I'm watching Annie punching all those people, like squeezing them.
Not even Annie. In my mind, the most you can, the best that you can see that is Armin and Connie at the end.
Oh, I'm gonna get to that, and I don't know if I can talk about that part. But like, just like that first part, you know, when you see like Annie and Rainer, and like, it kind of took me back to the previous seasons, and like, to remind you of like what these people were like fighting, and what the Marleys have thrown at them, you know. And it makes me feel awful, because like, you know, that a lot of them just want to be able to live in freedom that was like stripped away from them for no reason, for just being born, you know. And it just seems so like cruel for them to die in that way, you know. And of course you get why our guys are doing that, and like there's kind of no choice there either, but it's all just so fucking cruel. I think the parallels were also really nice, because again, we keep seeing the birds, so like freedom and everything. They're trying to take the flying ship, which again, because it's flying, so it can also represent freedom, they're trying to take it and, let's say, free it, while the Jaegers are trying to destroy it because it poses a threat to them, you know. I thought that was, again, such a good parallel to draw between the two groups and what they're trying to achieve. And then, of course, we had Armin and Connie.
The best scene of this episode, honestly.
That fucking killed me. I was not prepared for that. Like, I thought definitely they were gonna have to kill them. But it was so much worse than I ever could have imagined. I don't know, like, I was just prepared, you know, for them to, let's say, draw their weapons, honestly, so now they have to shoot, and that was it.
Exactly. Honestly, I think Connie's scream is gonna haunt me until...
Oh my god. The voice actor did such a good job, because that scream was awful.
It was awful.
Because
you can just feel the fucking pain.
Yeah.
Because of what he just did.
Yeah.
Because
and isn't that like first...
I think it will be even easier to kill Flock. Honestly. To kill completely the extremist that is right now at that point killing everybody. Like, but you are killing two people who were your friends, who've been fighting with you until like a few days ago, month ago, I don't know. Yeah. Been fighting with you side by side.
Yeah, and you have gone through a lot of things together.
Exactly, and they just want to be free. They just want this hell to be over. Yeah. And they don't want to kill you. Yeah. Like before that scene that happened when they killed them, actually before that you hear in their voices, you're not like when they ask them like we've been through so much together, like I was just hoping that you're not traitors, like that you're not actually trying to stop this whole from happening, because like we've been fighting for this for so long, you know.
Yeah, that was awful, because like the first thing that they, like when they came, Armin and Connie there, you know, these two, you can see in their faces, they're just like, they're very, you know, afraid. And I feel like we know them, right? Like they seem familiar, but like we've seen a lot of scouts, exactly. So like I just don't know like from where, but like, you know, I'm sure we've seen them here and there. Like you see the way they're looking, like they seem afraid, and they're like, well, but like we heard that you were like aligning yourself with the Marleys, you know, is that like true? And the second our guys say like, no, of course not true. They're like, okay, you know, they're like, they want to believe it. Like they don't want to believe that they're betraying them. And every second of that scene was like daggers to your heart. I don't know, that was fucking awful to watch.
Honestly.
And so like, especially for that to happen to like Armin and Connie, awful.
And even then, after that, when they realized that they were traitors and that they have no other options but to stop them from and to destroy the explosions, you know, destroy the ship. Like even then, they decided to stop them somehow, and they shoot Armin.
Yeah. They shot Armin, Armin is tired, and they know he's gonna survive. Like, they didn't try to...
They didn't shoot
They didn't
Connie.
try to stop them, because then they would have shot Connie.
To me, is
you know?
basically similar as shooting somebody in the foot.
Yeah.
Like, you just want to stop them, but you don't want to hurt them.
Yeah.
And to me, that was the same scene, basically.
Yeah.
They were terrified, and they
Yeah.
didn't want to shoot their friends.
Yeah.
And that's why that was so far... That's why the ending was so heartbreaking, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's why that I cannot explain to you how awful that scene was to watch.
Horrible, honestly.
And I mean, so well done. Like, I loved it. It was just like two guys who were telling to Connie and Armin, like, basically, like, how could you be stopping us? Like, these people have tried to kill us. How could you be doing this? Like, we grew up together. We were supposed to, like, expand our lands and grow crops. Because, like, you can see that it's not like they're in this for revenge of any type, you know. Flock represents a different type of mentality. I don't think it's like that with them. I think they just want to be able to live freely. And again,
Exactly.
It reminded me when they said, like, to Connie,
horrible.
Horrible for food. And again, like, Sasha's last
We were
words,
supposed to eat meat to
grown, like, I don't know, was it crops or meat or like
they said meat to eat
They said
meat,
eat
but
meat.
But like, I don't know if they said
Harvest?
to harvest and eat meat
I don't know,
together.
something like that.
Their dream never was to go and conquer.
Yeah.
And that's why that was so fucking heartbreaking that you put those two people that have to kill them.
Yeah. And again, I love that they mentioned, like, meat, because it takes me to it takes everyone to Sasha, and it's like you see Connie, and like we all know,
Connie,
and I love people have in the episode where Sasha died, a lot of people have said that meat and Nicola sound very similar in Japanese or wherever, so like people think that her last words might have been Nicola, and like never confirmed, but I like that her last words were meat, so I'm going with meat because, like, again, meat represents freedom for everyone. Like food, like it's the basic human necessity. It represents freedom, and that's what these guys wanted as well. It wasn't like bloodshed. It made the scenes 10 times fucking worse than I thought. Like if it was people like Flock there,
that's what I said.
Again, if it was people like Flock, that would be so much fucking easier. And I love that they didn't do that. I love that they made it as hard as possible.
Disagree. I fucking hated it that they did it like that because
but like,
it makes it even harder for them. Much harder for Armin and Connie. So,
but again, the show constantly just reiterates the fucking price of it, the heaviness of war, and just how awful it is.
Yeah.
They shot Armin, and so Armin is kind of unable to do anything, and so Connie, Connie jumped on one of them.
They remembered the Bert's words.
That was fucking tough. They remembered Bert's words that said, like, some of us have to have our hands stained. Yeah. And like that's unfortunate. That's gonna be our guys. Yeah. Like, you're doing this, let's say for the grave, you're saving the planet at the end of the day, and you cannot come out of this unscathed. You cannot come out of this with clean hands. It's never gonna happen. That's what Bert was also saying, and I think it was it reminded me of this whole scene. Reminded me of the scene in season 2 when Bert was telling to Connie and everyone else, to those guys, like, you're my friends, you're my comrades, and I still have to do this. Like, I still have to kill you all. And I feel like that's what Connie and Armin were thinking at that point. And like, I just love how it all comes back to it. Like, I just love how there's so many parallels. Like, you would never have thought in like season 2 when that was happening, like at some point our guys are going to be going through the exact same thing. I love that, again, even the characters that are gone, they still hold a lot of importance to the show.
Especially Sasha in my mind.
Sasha's memory lives fucking on, and like,
because she represented so much good, and just like you said, what she wanted, like exactly with meat, it represented freedom and nothing evil.
Then unfortunately
Connie had to kill both of them.
Connie had to shoot both of them.
And
because like this one is pointing a gun at Armin, and he's like still not shooting though.
Not shooting.
Like, he's not shooting. Like, that's the worst part of it. Like, God, if they were just like shooting at you, then you can just like, self-defense kind of.
This is the worst situation
and like
ever.
And like like Connie understands that they shot Armin because like Armin's gonna be fine. Like, Connie understands that, and now but like he can't. There's nothing else for him to do, and so he shoots them and just lets out the worst scream humanly possible. That I don't know how to process that at all. Again, like poor Connie, like just 3 episodes ago, he like went through a nervous breakdown, and like he just, you know, kind of was getting out of this, and now he had to do this. Like, how is any of them supposed to ever be a functioning human? I don't know, and that's the price of war.
Horrible.
A war that like you would wish that never had to happen, and unfortunately it does, and unfortunately you always need these people who are gonna have to stop it, and like in the process it's the same thing. You're technically becoming a monster because of the awful things that you have to do for the greater good.
But greater good is not the same for every single one.
Of course. And it's awful that someone has to.
You're on. Okay, guys.
I don't know. Yeah, that's it. Fine.
This was
50 minutes.
This was, like I said, one of the best episodes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.